Hello everyone, welcome to the Hood. I'm Jack, your Hood sommelier, and today I want to tell you about 5 barrel-proof bottles you need to own before they become too expensive. Most whiskey hunters want to make sure they put their hands on a bottle before it becomes the next Pappy or the next most expensive bottles on a shelf. Why wouldn't you explore your palate, find that bottle before it becomes so expensive? Now, this is in my opinion, again, only my opinion, right? The Hood opinion is the 5 bottles that I think you need to own. They blew my mind the first time I've had them. I have multiples of these bottles, and I want to make sure that you guys go look for these bottles. No one is paying me to advertise for these bottles. These are my favorite barrel-proof bottle. Why? The truth is barrel-proof. So I like when people serve me something straight from the barrel. Either is craft, either is a distillery, either is a blended MGP or whatnot. I do not care. As long as it's barrel proof, I'll give it a chance to see. Number 1 on my list, New Riff single barrel. This bottle here, when I saw it first, let me see. New Riff reminds me of that goth girl in high school. She's dark, she have eyelashes, black art. I don't know what you expect from it. Can't even see the juice. But the first time I've tried New Riff single barrel, I got hooked. I've bought multiple kind. I have multiple store picks of it. But New Riff is probably one of the kids that you do not want to ignore in your journey of bourbon. So if you haven't grabbed a bottle of New Riff yet, I'm telling you, you are missing out. New Riff for me is the epitome of a cheap enough or still cheap enough bourbon that you can grab that is barrel proof. Price vary between $59 to about $80. But on the secondary market, it's already going for $120 to $150. So if you want to own a bottle, keep it on the shelf that is barrel proof, single barrel. I believe this New Riff is 111. And some New Riff, I think when I owned one about 2 years ago, were about 113. Now the proofage is coming down. I'm talking to you, New Riff. Don't put my proofage down. I need my stuff pretty high proof. Now, what qualified these bottles to be the best bottle? Woo! The smell on New Riff. MGP, but amazing smell. The color on it, we won't get to see it, because for me, when something qualifies as the best barrel-proof bottle, what do? Best thing you can do for yourself is getting a New Riff. Woo! Second bottle to talk about is Wilderness Trail. Wilderness Trail is probably one of the best bottle, barrel-proof. This one is 114 proof. If you haven't had Wilderness Trail, I don't know if you haven't bottled and bond. I know they just came out with their rye, and you can also do like a barrel proof of the rye. But I'm telling you right now, this bottle is one that you want to grab and put on a shelf. Keep it in your bar, because I promise you that the taste, the profile, and everything else you can think of will wow you. So you can see through it. The juice is pretty dark. It's foamy enough. You get what you need. This one was the take, select, repeat version of it. Just amazing bottle. Love it. 114 proof. I'm telling you, go look for Wilderness Trail. You can thank me later. A comment underneath if you had Wilderness Trail and what do you think. But look at that. Woo! Wilderness Trail. Smell just amazing. It's like a little bit of anise, cocoa, a bit of I get a little fruity to apple. You know what? Girl, I'm done smelling you. Let's do this. Mmm. Mmm. And I will tell you guys this. I don't usually even chug bottles, but I love these bottles too so much. I can chug them any day. So, Wilderness Trail, you get all that caramel corn, and there's literally no burn, no hug at all. Third one, Old Elk. Old Elk is literally becoming this year the most barrel picked from every single group I know. I think this one that I have is from the Bourbon Pursuit, as you can see here. Beautiful Notorious B.I.G. from the Bourbon Pursuit. And I have multiple Old Elk. And I believe I have some from the Bourbon Enthusiast. I have plenty pick. I'm keeping as many bottles of Old Elk because for being a weeded bourbon, I'm pretty sure this is gonna give Weller a run for his money in the next few years. So if you don't have Old Elk, right? I'm talking about bottles that are readily available. You can go to a store and pick it, right? Before it becomes the bottle that you cannot find. Trust me, you wanna pick this, Old Elk. Look at that. You get the same funk. This is a 6-year-old age weeded bourbon. I've been having Old Elk for, I believe, 3 years now. Yeah, and I love it. So, it's kissing time. I'm telling you, bud, slap your mama, come back, and love this bottle all over again. Again, for being 115 proof, I'm telling you right now, 115 proof, no Kentucky hug, no burn at all. That should tell you something. That should really tell you something. Profile, amazing. Feel in the mouth, amazing. Number 4, Smoke Wagon. Now, Smoke Wagon is quite interesting because it's a Nevada bourbon, MGP I assume. It's becoming quickly the most sought after bourbon. I'm not wowed by new stuff, but the first time my lips touch Smoke Wagon, I was like, what in the effing flippity flip is this? I was like, okay, this is not possible to be a Nevada age. But I can tell you right now, this bourbon, it started, I believe when you go to get it, it was like, the straight was as low as $39. But today you can't even have their 12-year Desert Jewel anymore, that's gone. You have to be part of a society to be able to get their 8 years. And Uncut, Unfiltered right now, I believe, I saw a store that was selling it for $180 or $200. So here's what I would tell you. This Smoke Wagon will be one of the bourbon that will totally change the face of what craft bourbon is gonna be, or what, bottle bourbon is gonna be. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't own Smoke Wagon, go grab a couple bottle, put it on the side, because when it become $200 or $300 a bottle, you'll say, Hood Sommelier was right. Smoke Wagon. Perfect smell. Nothing to go to church about. Amazing. And this one is 56.8 proof. So 112. No, 113.6. You cannot go wrong with this. And I feel like when it comes to bourbon, that's how I describe Smoke Wagon. It's that girl from the Caribbean that have a lot of personality to her. So, Smoke Wagon, Uncut and Filters. Let go. Make you want to say, Watagwan. That's literally when you take a sip. Make you want to say, Watagwan, man. Last but not least, we are talking about Old Carter. Old Carter, actually, funny story. Boom, story time. So when I started my Hood Sommelier IG, the first people I actually had a chance to interview were Sherry and Mark Old Carter. They are probably the nicest people you'll meet in your life. They're willing to sit and talk to me. They told me about the process of Old Carter, how they get their barrel, how they blend their barrel. And I've seen them. If you don't follow them on IG, go follow Old Carter on IG. You will see when they're doing their tasting their barrel. And I love transparency because you get to see exactly who's behind the brand and who's making this thing happen. So Sherry and Mark are amazing people. Mark as a family, they used to own a winery. Then they decided to turn around and get into bourbon. I believe Mark himself, his family was from Kentucky, and they came in, bought some barrel, and made sure that they got into bourbon. Grab a bottle of Old Carter. It's barrel proof, and I promise you, your view or what you think about what craft whiskey tastes like or should be like, especially if it's barrel proof, right? Because when I ask Sherry and Mark, like, why do you make Old Carter barrel proof? Because most craft whiskey trying to save money and pour some water in, cut their whiskey, but Old Carter does not care about that. They want the barrel to be as authentic as possible. So when someone serves me barrel proof, I get excited because I feel like they're giving me authenticity. So if you don't like barrel proof because it's too high proof, don't worry about it. You can always drop a little bit of water and you'll be fine. To you, Sherry and Mark, there we go. I don't know what type of barrel Old Carter used, but there's always this funkiness of graham cracker and almost a blue cheese, like almost blue cheese. I love blue cheese. Kind of taste in the back of their barrels when they pour things. Maybe because they wine people, but I feel like there's that tannic thing that you get from Old Carter. These bottles have been, I like to call Old Faithful, have been my friends for the last year. And everywhere I go, if I can find a store pick, I'll grab one. But the other thing you have to realize is that not every distillery is able to offer barrel picks. And if every single group that I know, Taste Select, Repeat, Bourboner, Bourbon Enthusiast, the Bourbon Pursuit podcast, all these people are picking barrel out of this distillery, is because these bottles or the taste of this juice is just so good that you want to have your own bottle. So I'm telling you right now, if you don't own these bottles, go ahead and grab one. Find someone who have the barrel proof of it, grab it, but you can start always with the regular one. They're now available on shelves, but I promise you, these are the bottle 2 years from now, you're gonna look at me and go, oh, the Hood Sommelier was right. Grab these bottles if you can. If you have a friend, talk to them to get you these bottles. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. For more information and more reviews like this, please check out the links below. Subscribe to my channel, and please check out my IG for more daily contents and way to make cocktails. And if you want to wear awesome gears like this, check out my website on the description below.